Hey Wizards, it's Kieran Windhammer. I'm back for our 1,000 subscriber special. Hey, I hope everybody's doing great. And I was trying to think of what could I do for a 1,000 subscriber special. And, you know, what we're going to do is we're not going to quest, but I'm going to go ahead and give you some information I don't think I've ever really gone over with you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed. First off, guys, I want to share another celebration. I've been grinding my butt off for the last 3 or 4 days. Thank goodness it's the end of December and all the member benefits are up. Otherwise, I'd still be working. So we're going to go to the card thing. Guess what we're going to do, guys? We are going to craft. Yeah. No, not equipment. Card crafting. There we go. We are going to craft 3 of the spells I have never gotten for my wizard. We're going to craft Athena Battlesight, Grendel's Amends, Keeper of the Flames. I've spent a ton of time getting Amber, and not just Amber, but trying to get Grendel's Amends treasure cards. I'll tell you what, this was a pain in the butt. But I have all the stuff that we need, so we're going to go ahead and create Athena Battlesight. Yes, we have Athena Battlesight. Very nice. I'm very excited to have that. We're going to go ahead and... Oh, I didn't get all the diamonds. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Let's go ahead and let's craft some diamonds. I hope I have enough. Transmute diamonds. Probably don't. I have a lot of ore in there, but I probably don't have enough to get all the diamonds I need. Oh, dear. Well, this is going to be a little anticlimactic, isn't it? Let's see here. Can I do Grendel's Amends? No, I'm still 33 diamonds away. I'm sorry, guys. I thought I had all the diamonds. I guess I didn't. Well, I will go and grind some more diamonds, and we'll get Grendel's Amends. If you've been watching this series, you know that this has been like one of the goals for a long, long time. But we can go ahead and create, do Keeper of the Flame. And we now have Keeper of the Flame. And I'm going to go ahead and take a moment and add both of these puppies to my deck, because I think these are both a good couple of combinations for my playstyle that I think will be okay. Yeah, we're going to check it out. But anyways, so what's going on? Well, first off, what I'm going to do is we're going to introduce you to all the wizards, not just Kieran Windhammer, all my wizards I've been playing. If you don't know, I've been playing Wizard 101 for over 10 years, and I really enjoy the game. I have a lot of fun. So I'm going to take a few moments, and what we're going to do is we're going to go through each wizard. Now, this wizard is the one most of you, if you guys have been watching this channel for the last couple years, have gotten to know really well, because we have done a complete main quest line walkthrough of the Myth School, and it's been a heck of a long fun. In fact, we're finishing up the new world, or should I say we're in the middle of the new world right now, Novus, and we'll keep going with that, so thank you for along for the journey. Just a quick rundown of this wizard. We're only one spell away from a complete spell book, which I'm pretty excited. Complete Myth spell book, sorry. Let me just frame that. One spell away from a complete Myth spell book. Just for going focused straight on Myth and not customizing my spell deck with a lot of other spells besides a few major ones. I have 29 training points because I've been doing every side quest, except I have a few left in Lemuria, and of course I haven't done any of the side quests yet in Novus. Okay. Right now I'm at level 153. We'll be max level here in a few weeks. Plenty of gold. Of course, gold goes up and down. My damage right now is at 161 plus an initial 77% based upon my gear. I have not gone past Dragoon gear, I'll be honest with you, because I just haven't had time to grind any of that other cool gear. Accuracy is strong, okay, at 23%. If we look in our extended stats, I find with the new critical system that any good number of criticals is great, so at 497, I think it's fantastic. I've never had a problem with it. Good block rating of 142. I'd like to find a way to get that up more. And armor piercing at 7. Stun resistance at 0. I think that's something that's an opportunity for our wizards in some way to get some stun resistance. Healing in and out, yeah. Pip conversion. This is like one of those that I just don't know if it really matters. Flat out, I just don't know if this matters. This particular stat right here. I don't think it's ever mattered. Powered pips at 97%. I like to keep that high. We got the new Arch Mastery rating, and right now I'm at my base rating of 122. I haven't done anything to add to that, and I don't know if that makes a big difference or not, I'll be honest with you, but there you go. And Shadow pips of 139. As far as for a gear rundown, let's go ahead and do a quick gear rundown. So I'm wearing an Alpha Omega ring still. I'm actually thinking about changing this out, and we'll talk about this over the next couple weeks as we find more gear. But the reason I'm still wearing it is because we get that great great 14% power pip percentage. I haven't found a way to balance losing that 14%. I do like getting my power pips. Dragoon's Mythic Boots, Dragoon's Mythic Helm. I prefer to have paired that up. It says the Grandfather's Mythic Raiment. This is a crowns gear that I didn't spend crowns on. I actually used it with the I got this particular piece of gear with the members rewards tickets that you get, yeah. But I don't know. I think I'm about to kick this off to the ground because I think there might be something that might be better. We'll look around some more. We're using the Interstellar Heroes deck right now, and I have a plus 10% power pip on that one, which, so, yeah, I'm not changing that anytime soon. Sword Puddles. I'm thinking about retraining a pet. I get a lot of damage. This is my ultimate damage pet, and it's a rockin' pet, I'll tell you what. We're talking quad damage and a little bit of crit, and it gives me an extra blade. So there you go. Barbarian Staff is what I'm using, but I think there's some better staffs out there. I got to figure out what to get, though. I haven't decided yet. And the Ferocious Athame is the other piece of gear that rounds out most of my wizard right there. And again, I'm thinking about changing that up because I think if I do a different Athame and different ring combination, I might be able to keep my power pip percentage but raise up my damage. So that's kind of what I've been using. And there's the Uber Artisan Rope, and I think there's an opportunity. The reason I run with this one is it gives me that additional blade, and having multiple blades in my deck has always been a strategy of this particular wizard. So there you go. There's a quick rundown of my wizard. Obviously, there's some great things. If you got any suggestions or comments, go ahead and suggestions about this wizard. I'd love to hear about them. Okay, on to my next wizard. Hey Wizards, guess back. I'm back, and here is Kieran Windhammer. He is my current walkthrough guy. I'm doing a dual school. He is a Fire/Storm with Fire as your main school. And you know, if I had to do it over again, honestly, I would have done dual school Storm Fire instead of Fire Storm. And I'll tell you about that in a little bit. But first off, let's just go down his gear, and let's just do a quick rundown of this particular wizard so you have an idea. Right now, we're sitting at level 40. We are working our way through the great world of Dragonspire. Well, not my favorite, but still good world. I got 2 training points because there hasn't been an opportunity to train any new spells yet, but I'm sure we're going to use it as soon as we level up to level 42. Right now, I've got about... Well, let's just take a look. So, if we take a look at my stats, I've got damage of 21 and 14 in Storm, which is not bad. Not bad at all. In fact, we've already got all the gear recipes and everything to change our gear, but I'll go through the gear here in just a minute. With some jewels, I've got an extra 5 damage across all the schools. I've got resistance across all the schools for a little bit. I've got some accuracy here, +5/+5 on both. I do have a little bit of critical thanks to, I believe, my wand. I'll show you that in a minute. No block rating, because these are your schools that are prior to these 2 stats in the game, so unless you get gear that gives you those stats, you're not going to have those stats. Armor piercing of 1, which is okay. I don't know if it's useful or anything, but it's there. And I also have a power pip percentage of 54. And since I grabbed the Archmastery Jewel, I do have Archmastery rating of 1, which honestly is good enough to use Archmastery, so there you go. Now, what do I focus? Of course, I'm focusing strong on crafting, because the whole idea behind this wizard is to use the best crafted gear in each world as we go through. Also, working on gardening. Now, I will say right now, I do have some different opinions about good ways to use this. I've used a little bit of monstrology just to kind of put my feet in there, but I haven't done any fishing or anything else with this particular wizard. If we look at the gear, let's do a quick gear rundown on this particular wizard. Right now I'm using the crafted Mushu gear, the Dream Band head wrap, which gives me a +5 damage in fire and a +2 in storm, which is fine. For the robe, I'm using the Dream Band long coat, +6 and +2, and I'm using the Dream Band foot wraps. Okay, so these are all crafted Mushu gear for the dual fire and storm. Now I'm going to step back and I'm going to say, why would I say that if I would have done this differently, I would have made storm the main school and fire my secondary? Well, here, let me tell you why I would say that. Is because when you look at the crafted gear, if you're crafting this gear as a storm wizard, you are getting much better stats. Yeah, you're going to get strong fire stats and even stronger storm stats. So, if I was to, I'm going to finish this wizard because I'm having a great time and I love this wizard. But if I had to do it all over again, and if I was going to create the best dual school overall damage wizard, I would start with a storm, and I would then dual school him with fire. I'd do a storm fire because the, especially if I'm not using the other gear, because this gear is definitely better crafted towards storm. Now, again, I think this is an opportunity that Wizard 101 really needs to go through all their gear, do a complete gear audit, and rebalance everything, because I think one mistake that they've done with this game is create a lot of inequity with the gear, so that gear weights towards certain areas, and it doesn't really give you a variety of different builds that allows you to be competitive. Okay, like for instance, like just looking at this gear is great if you are just running a wizard for fun and you're just doing some PvE, you're just playing PvE and you're just trying to build the wizard in a different way. But if you want to do any type of PvP, if you wanted to be competitive with other wizards your level, as far as just being able to hit as hard and be as quick, it's just not going to happen because of the way the gear is completely unbalanced. There is no variety in the different gear you can get. There's only one way to get the best gear. There's only one best gear. There's no different ways to vary your gear, and the gear that and the crafted gear, which should be some of the best gear out there, and honestly, in most cases, it is very good gear. But when you compare it to the to things like the the Zeus gear or the Waterworks gear and stuff like that, it makes the single school much stronger. So that's just an opinion of mine. There it is. For my weapon, I'm using Ring and Broadsword, which gives me that pierce as well as that critical thing. I'm using a Knife of Preoccupation because I get a nice boost to my power pit percentage, and I went ahead and added a jewel to that. I'm using the Storm Mastery Amulet, which makes using my storm spells a lot easier. I'll probably be upgrading to to the higher mastery amulet once I get to level 90, but there you go. And for my ring, I'm using the Ring of Ruby Focus, which is giving me another high power pit percentage, and plus I was able to modify that with a few jewels, so it's very nice. My pet is Regal Murphy, and I built my pet mainly to be more of a support pet that gives me not only a couple more blades that are both, well, this is what I like about the blades, is that both of the blades are actually are balanced style blades, so they can work on either storm or fire, which I think is a great boon. Plus, I also got a couple of Maycast healings in here and a shield for defense, because I'll be honest with you, if you're storm or fire, you got to have some defense in you if you're going to survive some of these fights. And as far as deck, just deck a Phoenix right now, and that is this wizard. So this is the newest wizard of my wizarding group, so we're going to step back and we're going to show you some of my OG wizards, my old school wizards, here in just a minute. So catch you guys in just a bit. Hey wizards, guess what? I am back, and here is Kieran Windhammer. Now, if you have followed me at all on Twitch, you know that this is my streaming wizard. He is my balance. I starred him, and I did a complete stream series with him from 0 to max level, and right now he is in the midst of starting Novus as well. We haven't had a chance to do it yet because, again, he's my stream wizard, so I'll be doing him on stream. So hopefully this next year when I start streaming up again, we'll be getting into him. You'll notice he has... Yes, he has the OG mount, which you're only allowed to buy a few months ago if you had a wizard account that was over a certain amount old, and we're talking 103 there. So yes, now I'll be honest with you, this was the last wizard I made on this account. Yes, it was. So this is like the newest wizard on this first account of mine, and I just wanted to give you a touch. So let's go ahead and go through his stats real quick. Right now he's level 150. He's a sorcerer or a balanced wizard. 30 training points, again for the same reasons with my other guy. I like to do all the side quests, and I haven't really had a reason to do a whole bunch. Now as far as damage, he's 146, not as good as the as my myth, but the myth is also going to be a more focused damage style wizard. This is more of a support wizard. Plus 87, a much better resistance across the board than my other wizard. Accuracy is okay. If you look at your critical rating, higher critical rating, which is nice. Block rating is about the same. Pierce, a little bit nicer. Much better healing in and out. Again, support. And then for my power pips, over 100% power pips. Good pip conversion, I guess. I mean, whatever that means. Shadow pip rank 130, and then my Arch Mastery, which is brand new at 120. That's just, there you go. That's this wizard. He's a skin. I like crafting with my wizards because I like being able to build cool things. So you'll always see high level crafting in most of my wizards. Gardening, good gardener because you gotta get that stuff. Astrology, yes, and all sorts of fun. Now, what gear is this particular wizard wearing today? Well, let's hit it up. First off, Alpha Omega Ring. I just haven't really tried looking for anything better, so I'm still running with this one. The Athame of the Dark Usurper. I like this. Plus 16 damage. It's overall schools. I would love to get this for one of... Oh, yeah, this is balance only, so there you go. Consultative Protective Box, which is my spell deck, and this is one thing that I really could upgrade. I just have not thought to do it yet, so there's a thought right there. I do run Dragoon Boots and Helm with this particular wizard. Okay, both very strong. And a Lemurian Hex Staff. Now with my Lemurian Silo, I'm running a Lemurian Talisman right there, and I'm not sure why I picked this Talisman, mainly because of the health. I don't know, I think I'd do better with a Talisman. And my Noble Kookaburra is focused on damage, so you'll notice I got a quad damage pet there again, which is nice to have, plus it gives me an extra blade and healing hands. Now, as far as for my Gulcher, I use I'm using the Roaming Tomb, but I also have a Gulcher, which gives me an extra 2% damage, so that is in there. And then my robe is the Virtuous Light Brigade armor, because I haven't found a reason yet compelling enough to change it out, because I get a good balance of stats across this, and I kind of like the look. Yeah, that's just me. So there you are. That's my almost max level balance. I've got a max level now again, and so there's a quick stat run on him. I'll be back here in just a minute to go over my other wizards on this account. Hey guys, this is the wizard Kieran Windhammer. He is an old wizard. He's been around for, I don't know, probably at least, I would say 7, 8 years. He's my 147 level Storm, and I love him. Absolutely love him. He's a favorite of mine. I play him during stream from time to time while I gotta do some grinding or when I've done some leveling. So let's just walk through him really quick. I've got 14 training points on him. Imagine that. Stats, 141 damage. So yes, there's definitely some improvement that can be made here. I'll show you my gear. Total 44 plus damage. Yeah, I can do one better than 144. This is a diviner. This is damage guy. Right now, my myth guy has more damage than I get this. So this guy needs some attention. Resistance of 14 across the board, 40% accuracy, 607 critical, which is nice, 18 block, 5 armor, stun resistance of 3, which is nice to have stun resistance, healing in and out, 15, 76% power pips. Boy, that's weak from what I usually do. Pip conversion 697, everything else is what it is. Let's take a look at his gear, because I think there's some opportunities here. Of course, guys, if you have any suggestions for any type of gear at all, please go ahead and leave them in the suggestions. I would love it. Okay, so first off, I'm running a Cabalist Chaotic Hood because I think that gave me the best type of stats, I guess. I've never gotten a Dragoon's hat for him, so yep, that's so obviously there's a place where we can like do some fixing, right? Mouser's Cloak of Flux. This is why his stuff's so low. Yeah, look at this, as I haven't like upgraded his gear for a long time. Executive Insulated Boots, loving that. And I think just to be fair, I think the Malistaire Cloak of Flux is still considered one of the best cloaks out there. I think a lot of wizards still use that even over Dragon, the other gear, right? For boots, insulated boots, obviously. Yeah, so obviously my gear, I can definitely upgrade that. I mean, sitting at level 141, there's some opportunity there. Specialist Insulated Meter for my wand, which is okay. I think I really need to spend some time with this wizard. There we go. Dragon's Talon of Tumult. That's not bad. I kind of like that for the Storm, level 100 only, but I think there could be better things out there. Right now, this guy actually has the Exalted Life Amulet, believe it or not. Kind of funny. I can't believe I have that particular one. But this wizard happens to have it. Because I actually try to do life spells with him as well, but right now I'm wearing the Arium. Boy, I really need to spend some time with this wizard. He is not looking good. Consultant Insulated Ring. You can tell which wizards I spend most of my time playing. And, gosh, I really need to work on my pet, too. Get a little bit of damage bonus. Yeah, this probably has an opportunity. Consulted? Yeah, that's okay. This wizard probably has the most opportunity considering that I'm actually questing in Caramel with him. Yeah, we need to do a major overhaul of this wizard. Okay, let me know your favorite storm builds if you want to help me out with this guy. But that's it right now for my storm wizard. Hey wizards, this is Kieran Dragon Breath. Yes, now he's a fire wizard and thinking, a fire wizard? Don't you have a fire wizard? Yes, this is a fire wizard that I was doing with another streamer. We were dual streaming. He was playing a myth wizard, I was playing a fire wizard, and we were streaming about once a week. And we did that for about a year, but he's been busy. He went off to school, and we just haven't had a chance to catch back up. So let's give you a quick rundown on this particular wizard. So he is sitting at level 75, 8 training points. Haven't really done as much side quests with him. A critical rating of well, here, let's start off with damage. Damage of 80. Which is good. He's wearing, well, we'll do about the gear. Resistance of 20 across, which is kind of nice. Accuracy of 17 across, which is good. 134 critical rating, 52 across for a block rating. 4 armor pierce, healing in and out. There you go. 81% power piss, because that's always a favorite of mine. And he actually has a March Mastery because he's high enough level. Now let's take a look at his gear. So if we take a look at his gear, he's using the Bear Claw Fire, which is a good fire one at this level. The Chancellor Dixie is pet, which is something I need to work on with this one. We haven't really trained this pet up, and we've got a couple damage and crits, so it's not bad, but we could always do better. Wearing Dahlia's Smoldering Hairdo, which we got out of a pack gift from another stream, which is cool. I kind of like it. Not bad for this level. We're wearing Firestarter boots. Okay, I'm not even sure where I got those boots from. Firestarter's boots. Oh yeah, that is this is Waterworks gear right there. Firestarter's cape, Waterworks gear again. Jewel of the Faint, because I like running around with the Faint. We got the Pyromancer's deck. Okay, Ruby Ring of Battle, which gives you a +6 damage, and of course I jeweled it out. And then we've got the Skyrim Hostile, which is still probably one of the best weapons that you can get and grind for at this level of the game, because you get that +10 damage on it, which is pretty nice, and the power pit. So very, very good. And that is Kieran Dragon Breath. I kind of like him. Yeah, not bad. I gotta find time to play him again, for sure. Okay, guys, this is Kieran Froghammer. Now, he is my myth wizard on my original account. Now, this guy I started a few years back. In fact, this channel started with Kieran Froghammer, believe it or not. Him and my my Minecraft series. Kieran Froghammer is a wizard that I decided to do with an original myth walkthrough, and I was doing a dual walkthrough with my daughter, Kimberly Smash, and we had a lot of fun. She had a storm wizard. I had this awesome myth wizard, because I gotta love myth, right? And we built those characters on several things, and then we changed them to streaming only because my daughter got really busy and she couldn't make videos with me. And then we streamed until she got too busy to stream with me. So there you go. And that is the story behind here in Kieran Froghammer. Now, if we take a look at his stats, he's at this point where his primary gear is, I like the Poetic Chieftain's helmet. This is a crafted piece of gear out of Winter Tusk, and the reason I like it is it gives you a blade. Plus, it gives you some really good stats. But besides that, well, I ground and I got the Poseidon's Fable Raymond. And the reason why I went up to this is this gave me a higher critical rating as opposed to the Zeus gear. So that's one of the reasons why I went up to this, and just a little bit better than the Trixie Cape when it comes down to that. Like, if you compare them, they're very comparable overall, but the Poseidon's Fable gear is just a little bit better. Okay, so is Poseidon gear a step up from the Waterworks? Yes, it is. Okay, Time of Legend boots, and I use these for the Time of Legend, obviously. Okay, and I don't think I do have the Poseidon's Maritime boots, but I think I like the damage I get out of the Time of Legend, even though the Poseidon Maritime boots is more of a balanced set of boots. If you take a look at the stats there, not bad. But I run the Time of Legends. Yeah, there you go. And let's see here. As far as my spear, I'm still running the Ares Spear of Insight because, to be honest with you, I like the critical rating. At the time when I was playing this wizard, critical system was entirely different than what it is now. So honestly, I would probably go back to the Ares Spear and get that +10 damage as opposed to running with this particular one anymore. But you know, I just haven't gone back to playing this wizard because I only play it with my daughter because I care and I like that. Garnet Bear Claw, with the +6, which is one of the reasons I run that. Ancient Hieroglyphics, and I run this to get the additional blade because I've always been a big believer in having multiple blades to boost your damage at these levels. And the Winter Tusk Ring of Valor. Obviously, I think there's some better stuff I could get right now if I went out digging for it, but there you go. That's what I'm running on this particular wizard. You know, is it great? I don't know. Let's take a quick look at the stats. So 57 damage, which I think this is not bad at this level. I think that could be better. Plus 25. Resistance of across the board, 15, 25, 23% accuracy. Critical rating 225 through 38. There you go. Percentage. Pips of 77. Now I got Arch Mastery, which we didn't have. This is new for this wizard. But this is a wizard that is dear to my heart because to create this wizard, I actually deleted the original wizard, my original myth wizard, to add this one to this account because that was before I decided to run 2 accounts. And so this wizard is the one, and I only play it with my daughter, Kimberly Smash. So that's why he's kind of been sitting in limbo, because someday I know she's going to want to play again, and I cannot wait to do that. Okay, guys, meet Kieran Shadowhammer. Now, if you have scanned my channel at all, you'll notice I had a little short series of PvP. And I'll be honest with you, I've never been a great PvP player. I kind of suck at PvP, but I decided let's create a wizard just for PvP, and we went with Death. And that's where Kieran Shadowhammer came from. And I got pretty disappointed pretty quickly because I learned early on in PvP at low levels, if you didn't spend money on crowns, you weren't going to be successful. So I had a very frustrating PvP thing, and I'll just kind of show you my stats. And then I even spent some crowns money to try to get some better gear, and I was still disappointed. So I shut it down. So what does he have? Well, we have a Glorious Chivalric Crown, which is a crowns thing. Yep, from level 10. It's okay. I mean, not great. Gave me a little bit of extra damage. Again, only a level 17 wizard. I've got the Dawn Jaguar thing, which is okay. Gives me an extra couple damage. Plus the chance of a higher power pips. Pads of the Proud Jaguar, which is great. You know. Again, all crowns gear. Spent way too much money on crowns gear for this guy. Admiral's Boarding Hook. Woohoo! Which is fine. Plus extra damage. You know, gives you a variety of things. This is actually a pretty good hook to get if you want to spend the crowns to get it. But I don't like spending money on crowns. Dirk of Hibernation. Ice Mastery Amulet. Because I don't know. I've just always had that, so it always ends up on some wizard somewhere. It just happened to end up on him. And the Loop of Oblivion. Again, low-level wizard, all crowns gear. If you look at my damage, I get a plus 12 damage, plus 13 resistance, accuracy of 1. And I'll tell you what was really frustrating playing this character in PvP, there you go, 56 there, is that every time I fought somebody, they always had an extra pip than I did because of the gear that they were able to get. And it just soured me on PvP, you know. And so I know they've been making some big changes to PvP. I haven't really experienced at that. But if you got any suggestions on creating a PvP wizard, I'd love to hear them. You can let them in the documents. But there he is. That's Kieran Shadowhammer. Not very old. He was made specifically to run PvP, and after I was extremely disappointed in that, I stopped. So there you go. Hey! Okay, on to my next wizard. Hey, wizards! Welcome to the oldest wizard left standing on my account. This wizard's been around a long time. In fact, this wizard's been around since 2010. This wizard is older than some of you guys watching this video, believe it or not. Notice we call him Gabriel Dreamcaller. This was before I came up with my naming scheme for most of my wizards. So, Gabriel Dreamcaller, he's an ice wizard, and he has been here in Avalon for a very long time. I can't remember the last time I seriously played him. I did bring him up one time a few months back just to mess with him and see what I need to do to upgrade him, but haven't really played with him. Notice he's fully outfitted in Waterworks gear, which if you're playing a single... if you're playing just a single school wizard, you definitely want to get Waterworks down at 60. But you can balance it with other gear because there's other cool gear that you can get at that level now, which is kind of nice. So there's some variation. But let's take a look at his stats because I can't remember the last time. Level 75, just like my other myth wizard. Interesting. Okay, only 3 training points because I used training points for quite a few things with this wizard. It's a different world. Okay, now critical. Now let's just start off with damage. Damage of 40. Now obviously this can be better. Yep, you're going to see there's a lot of things, because this guy was built at an older time, you know, before I really learned how to make the stats work the best way. So, you know, yeah, there he has some resistance, which is awesome, high resistance, but then again, he's ice, so you're talking about a tanking wizard too. So there you go. Accuracy of 9%. We've got a critical rating 119, which in the old system kind of sucked, but with the new critical system, perfectly adequate. 142 blocking, 24% healing in, so he can heal himself really well. That's a nice advantage of a tank, as well as 6% power pips, arch mastery, etc., etc. Let's take a look at his gear. Now, his gear's not too wild. He's wearing full Waterworks gear, so he's got frostbit hood, he's got the frostbit cape, he's got the frostbit boots. Running a Avalon True Sight bow, and there's probably some better bows out there. Like, honestly, if I had it all to do ever, I'd probably just... Here. There we go. Skyrim Hosta. Now we just improved his damage by 10. There you go. That's way better. And this wizard needs everything he can get when it comes to damage. But there we go. Winter's Fang, which is his tusk, which I bet you there's some better ones out there I could get at this point. Shango's Ice Amulet. And I think I'm wearing this for the blade primarily. But, you know, if it was all said and done, I might change that out. It's kind of hard to say. But there's some options, you know, for sure. Very good. And then the Ulysses Chilblain, which is probably some better ones out there, but that's what I'm running with this particular guy. He's running with Miss Callie, which I really honestly haven't really trained at all, but that's what I've gone out of him right now, is just an extra power pip percentage and a Maycast Tower Shield. I've always liked this owl, though. I don't think this owl was very commonly seen for a while, and I thought it really fit my ice really well. White Mare and just a regular old Deck of the Sage, not even getting the most out of my deck here. And then, yeah, there you go. Not a crazy wizard by any stretch of the imagination. What? Colossus Suff? Whoa, wait a second. Yeah, none of those. I was thinking, whoa, what's that? But there we go. Now, this is the OG wizard. This is the oldest wizard left in my account since I reset my Myth Wizard a few years back. So this guy's been around a long time. And if you've made it this far in the video, I want to say thanks, guys. If you want to see any of these wizards turn up in a series, let me know in the comments of how I could use them and what I could do with them. I do plan to get back and work these wizards at some point and upgrade them and get them all up to snuff. But for right now, guys, I think that's going to call it for my 1,000 subscriber special. Thank you everybody who's taken a moment to hit that subscribe button. I can't thank you enough. I hope you guys have a great new year. This is going to be coming out on the last day of the year in 2022, and we made that goal, guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it. Here's to a huge year with a bunch of new content and some new ideas. Thanks everyone. You guys are fantastic. I will catch you later. Bye-bye.